A day of celebration and commemoration, chaos in the parklands. Police clash with the men marching in black, wearing combat boots and waving our national flag.
Get out the line! Get out the line!
As one is pinned to the ground, the rest scatter. Police on foot and on horseback in hot pursuit.
Be exploited. If you hit the city, you'll be arrested.
Anyone heading into the city's heart finding themselves on the way to the city watch house instead.
I've been told that I couldn't go into the city.
The group had been followed by authorities from its march down North Terrace.
White man! White man! White man! White man!
Organisers telling 9 News they're all members of the National Socialist Network, a far-right, white extremist group.
Waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me.
But police had been expecting them and bolstered resources.
Do you accept that it's a neo-Nazi group?
Yes,
Right, so you've joined a neo-Nazi group.
correct, proudly.
Why is that?
Because I'm a neo-Nazi, obviously.
We're just like-minded people. We're proud white Australians who believe in standing up for white Australians.
Those not arrested were herded out of the city. The police watch staying in place for hours more. 16 people have been charged, ranging from 16 to 58 years old.
Firstly, I would like to say thank you to those police officers who put their lives on the line and stopped a major embarrassment to Australia if they got to the city. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. I know you guys hate to hear this, but Australia is a multicultural nation which invites people from other places to feel comfortable. So, had they got to the city where some people are celebrating Australia Day, other people are grieving and calling it Survival Day, other ethnicities and immigrants have come here, all different babies, interracial dating, all that stuff happens, white people, black people having a good time. And then that group, which has an agenda, by the way, and being loud and proud and having the, you know what they're wearing, it's got the skinhead, the thing that Elon Musk did, it's got that energy to it. That thing would have blown up and Australia would have been on the map as the racist place, which some people already think that, but it would have been to another level. So thank you for the cops for keeping it on the wraps. However, I do have one little pushback. Now, people are going to be like, Bizzle, can't you just be happy? They did something right. You're always against people. There's always room for improvement. Let me just say this. Is it free speech or hate speech that they're participating in? Is it free speech or terrorism? Let's just be honest. Had that been an Islamic group or a religious group marching, saying what people would say their rhetoric and their nonsense, I think it would have resulted in a further heavy investigation and the strongest arm of the law would be thrown against those people. And anyone who's close to that, deportation, jail time, because it's a national security threat. It makes sense, right? Are we being lenient on them, seeing that they said they're Nazis or neo-Nazis? They said they're all about their people and want to promote their people above others, even at the expense and the danger of others, willingly marching on our day, Australian Day, aka Survival Day as well. What do you think? Are they a terrorist group? And if they are a terrorist group, shouldn't they have the long arm of the law and the Australian government and all the state governments go as hard as possible? We know they did something good and they stopped them from getting to the city to save the embarrassment of a small group of people basically putting Australia on the map for the wrong reason. But are they a terrorist group? And if they are a terrorist group, I think I'm feeling rather scared. I never really get scared. I'm feeling some type of way. I think really, if they're considered to be a terrorist group and they want to do that on the national day, what a disrespectful thing to do. Shouldn't they have the long arm of the law come down on them really hard to the actual point that it is exposed and that group is just destroyed and obliterated like any other maybe group, like I say, if it was a Chinese group, a nationalist or an Islamic group or something like that? Shouldn't they have that same type of pressure considering they're participating in like that terrorist hate speech type of material and rhetoric? Or are they getting leniency because they look a certain way and it's not to seem like it's that big a deal because just a couple of people marching, nothing happened? Let's be honest, when something's not checked, what happens? It grows into something bigger. I've seen them a lot less get in a lot more trouble. So I'm just putting it out there. But I do commend it. They did a great job. But I'm thinking, if it's terrorists and it's hate speech, shouldn't they have the same energy thrown up upon them like another group? Seeing they did it so boldly on our day, on our day. What do you think? You know what I think?